What is going on, YouTube? This is Rob on the Rise coming at you with another opinion of mine and just kind of like a rant talk and just talking about just random stuff. And today, what we're going to talk about is the death of CrossFit and how that's happening. And is it Andrew Hiller that is causing the death of CrossFit? So, if some of you don't know, I mean, if you're in the CrossFit community, I'm sure you've heard of Andrew Hiller, the Batman, as they call him. He's a very realistic person. He tells you exactly what he's thinking and his thoughts and how he feels about things, and I absolutely respect him for that, and I love him for that. And there is almost an epidemic happening in the CrossFit community. And Andrew Hiller is causing that. He's causing major shockwaves, and he has pissed many top level CrossFitters off. And it's kind of funny, actually, because when you listen to Andrew Hiller, he is speaking truth. He is telling the truth, and he is saying what everybody is seeing. And these top level CrossFitters get pissed off about it, man. And I absolutely do think Andrew Hiller is causing the death of CrossFit. The CrossFit that we know now. Not what CrossFit was. Not what CrossFit is supposed to be. Not the community that myself and I know he grew to love. CrossFit has now become this sport and just a money-hungry thing for the top-level people in it. You know, if you think about the top-level CrossFitters, most of them don't even go to a CrossFit gym, man. You know, unless it's Mayhem or something like that. But you got Justin Medeiros, trains out of his house. If he trains with somebody, invites him to his house. Josh Bridges. Who's the other? Dan Bailey. You know, all these guys, Colton Martin, all of them are, you know, making money from CrossFit and saying that they love CrossFit and they do CrossFit, but they don't get involved with the community unless it's the sport of CrossFit. They're not out there telling people, get off the carbs and get off the couch. Andrew Hiller had a video the other week talking about that, and when he said that, it was like freaking spider webs and dust went flying off my brain, because I haven't heard that in years either. That is actually something I had forgotten about, and I've been CrossFitting since 2009, 2008, and that's what sucks, is it is no longer about the community. It's not about, hey, let you and me hold each other accountable and become fitter and healthier together. It's all about these people that just want to compete and be in the sport and go have their own home gym instead of spreading money throughout the community. And what is actually CrossFit, CrossFit itself has even become just, hey, how can we make money off you? How can we make money to glorify the sport of CrossFit, when it shouldn't be about that? It should be about the community, the members, moving, living better, moving better, and feeling better. So I absolutely do think Andrew Hiller is causing the death of what we now know as CrossFit, and I freaking love that, and I love him for it because he's a realist. You got these people not holding themselves to standards, half-assing their reps, and then calling them reps, and then comparing themselves to somebody across the world who is doing full reps and saying, well, I beat you. No, you didn't. If you're doing different standards for your reps, if you're not locking your thrusters out and you're not going below parallel in your squats, that is a misrep. Then you have like the masters athletes, like what's that David guy in the 60-plus category? Well, I can't squat that deep because of this injury, and I can't, lock out my... Well, no fucking shit. Welcome to the world of the masters. All of them are dealing with that stuff. You guys were older when CrossFit came around, so you don't have the advantage of these young cats coming up doing mobility, doing flexibility, drilling the technique of the Olympic lifts and the gymnastics, so that when they get older, these Justin Medeiros and stuff, when they get older, they're going to have the advantage that their body's going to be used to have been doing that for years. They probably won't have these injuries that these older guys have created because of imbalances through life or jobs they had, or just being sedentary for many, many years before finding CrossFit. And, it's ridiculous. I seen Danny Spiegel, and I love Danny Spiegel. I think she'd be a cool chick to throw down with and stuff, but she was talking about how people knock her for and say that she misreps her squats and doesn't squat below parallel, which we've all seen. We've all seen her not break parallel. It happens sometimes. You just have to admit, shit, man, I didn't squat below parallel. I need to hit a little deeper. And she's like blaming her legs, and she said, how do you say you have small legs while saying you have small legs? This is somebody that says she wants to inspire people and help people become better. And then she's making fun of people for saying, hey, you had a misrep. Like, are you kidding me? And we've all seen her freaking muscle ups. Ooh, I'm not going to show control. And then she's pissed off at people for calling her on it. Hold yourself to the standard. Be better. I know. You want people to eat cookies and be fat and not follow you and just give you their money, and you're going to promote whatever somebody throws money at you for. Here, promote this candy bar. Here's a couple $1,000. Just say you eat it. And this drink and that drink and this bed. It's absolutely ridiculous. These athletes are killing the sport. And Andrew Hiller is killing what CrossFit is now, because CrossFit isn't what it should be. It's not what it was bred and created to be, man, at all. And it sucks. You know, and I know a lot of these older CrossFitters that grew up loving CrossFit for the community and how people get together and hold each other accountable. You know, you have the Rich Fronings who would lock their thruster out and take a breath at the top, come down, lock their thruster out. Now you got these people and not locking their power cleans are coming up, their elbows are going back before, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And to get upset because people are calling you out on that is atrocious. Hold yourself to a better standard. That's all Andrew Hiller is trying to do, is get these people to be fair. And they're not being fair, and they're getting butthurt about it. And who cares if somebody talks about if you're on TRT or not? Who fucking gives a shit? You're allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to think that. And most people that get offended by that are probably on something. If you're a natural athlete and someone says, man, you look like you juice, you'd be like, really, man, I don't. But, you know, if my body looks so good that you think I do, that's pretty sweet. But no, they get offended, which typically would lean me towards, you know what, they're probably on something. They're a little pissed off that you said that, you know, because why get pissed off? If you're not, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what someone thinks? You know, so it's ridiculous. You know, when people say that to me, I'm like, oh, cool, man, I work hard on my body. That's pretty sweet you think that, you know? So it is. He's creating the death of the new CrossFit, which I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, and I've actually checked out, you know, I still go to the my CrossFit gym, my local CrossFit gym, and I throw down with the people because there's amazing people there, and we hold each other accountable, and we're talking to each other about our reps, and we want to do full reps, but these are everyday CrossFitters. They're not the elite level that are just trying to bank money off the sport and not be involved with the community. And, you know, that's all Andrew Hiller's trying to do, man. Bring back the old CrossFit, what it originally was. Get off the carbs, get off the couch. You know, eat better. Like, think about your affiliate if you go there. Do they ever talk to you about nutrition or have nutrition challenges and stuff? I know the place I do does. They have weight loss challenges. They get together. We still get together on holidays to earn our calories, like Thanksgiving morning. We're going to get in there and we're going to throw down and we're going to do a long workout to burn our calories so that when we go eat some of the junk we're going to eat on Thanksgiving, at least we feel a little better about it. We burned and annihilated a whole bunch of calories and fired up our metabolisms, destroyed muscle glycogen so that the carbs that we intake, a lot of them are going to go back into our muscle to give us energy instead of getting stored as fat and things like that. And you don't see that stuff being promoted anymore at these CrossFit gyms. It's more like, you know, even the gyms have went that way. Just how can we get money in? How can we get money in? It's not about the quality of what we're giving to the clients. It's just, how can we get more people in here to make more money while giving as little as possible? You know what? If they want to shave their reps and not do full reps, let's let them have at it. You know, now there are certain people that can't be held to specific standards because of injuries or car accidents or things. Those ones you adjust. You do what you need to. Bench squats, box squats, sit the wall ball down, extreme control. If you want to work pistols, you know, maybe just go to parallel, use the rig, use your rings, whatever you got to do. There are people like that. That's the everyday CrossFitter. They don't need to be held to those extreme standards because they just want to eat better. They want to look better. They want to feel better. A lot of those top level CrossFits that are doing all CrossFitters that are doing all that crazy shit, their bodies ache and hurt because they're pushing themselves to extreme limits just like any other sport. And I think the everyday CrossFitter has gotten forgotten about. And that's not how CrossFit should be. It should be more about the everyday CrossFitter and helping the affiliates and becoming better as a community and becoming healthier and fitter and having fun with fitness as a community than the sport. You know, I actually don't know if this is true. I feel like I did read an article about this many years ago. I haven't been able to find the article again, so maybe I made it up in my head or I had heard it and didn't look it up and thought I did. But many years ago, I had heard that when Greg Glassman was still in charge, if he heard about affiliates that were having many athlete injuries, he would fly to that affiliate and see what was going on. And if he had to, he would shut them down because he cared about CrossFit and the community and the people that were doing it, the everyday people, not just the athletes like CrossFit now. It's all about the athletes. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous the death that happened at the CrossFit Games and how you hear so little about it. CrossFit is embarrassed about it, which they should be. That should not have happened. It is extremely avoidable and unfortunate accident that should not have happened. Those lifeguards, the moment they heard that somebody might be drowning, should have been in the water, searching around, doing whatever the frick they had to make sure. I'd much rather them stop an event and go down and be like, oh, there was no one drowning, but at least we knew and everybody was safe. And now we can move on. No, instead it was, oh man, this is a sport. Oh, dude, if we stop the event, it could kill some of the money flowing in. The athletes would be mad. And someone lost their freaking life. And then you barely hear CrossFit talking about it, trying to cover it up, asking the family when they're in distress if the game should go on and if that's okay. They put them in an extremely bad situation. Yeah, awful. And then athletes getting upset about it and things because of the money. It shouldn't have been about that. You know, I don't think I heard of any of those athletes donating money to the family. I'm sure a few did, especially ones that were close, probably helped with the situation. But, you know, they should have, split the money evenly through all athletes. And the part that would have went to him should have went to the family or something. They should have did something to show that CrossFit still cares. Just like they used to back in the day with Handstands for Han, Hot Shots 19, and things like that. When is the last time you heard about CrossFit throwing together an event for an unfortunate thing that happened? I remember Hot Shots 19 was absolutely amazing. In an hour, they raised over $300,000 for those 19 firefighters' families that lost their lives in the wildfires in California. And I remember watching that event and Chris Spieler and Rich Frenning and them going out there and dying in this freaking workout, falling across the finish line on this hot pavement just to raise money for the community and the people. Now you only see athletes doing that for the CrossFit Games to get money for themselves. It's sad what CrossFit has become, and Andrew Hiller is bringing that to the forefront. He is calling people out there and getting pissed about it. These people need to hold themselves accountable. The New Age CrossFit does need to die. We need to go back. We need to go back to what CrossFit was, the community, the people, becoming healthier, becoming better, becoming fitter. That's the opinion of Rob on the Rise. Let me know what you think. You think Andrew Hiller's good? Do you think he's saying the right things? I think he's doing it right. I think he's coming out. I think he's justified in a lot of the things he's calling. A lot of the reps he's calling out, you see, are very, very bad reps. I can understand, Danny Spiegel, her thick legs, it being tougher. Don't wear black then. Wear white. Wear colors that it can really show your hitting depth. Kira Sanders never bitched. Kira Saunders never complained, and her legs were shorter, just as thick and shorter, which it was probably harder for her, but she always hit her depth. Just saying. This has been Rob on the Rise. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, share, whatever. You don't have to do any of that. You can just get down there, talk shit, tell me your opinion. I don't care. I'm doing this just because I like to talk. Have a wonderful day.